Good day and good evening, and welcome to Fellowship. With me, Chaiji, but you can just call me Kai. And Nox is also here. So, like 8 months ago or something like that, we were playing Fellowship in Season 1. This is Season 3 of the game. What the game essentially boils down to, for anyone unfamiliar, is... First off, it's just a game you buy, one-time payment on Steam, and then any other purchases are cosmetic. The game is essentially seasonal, and every season means that your gear resets, so you have to, like, progress from the start again, right? That kind of makes sense if you think about it in like an MMO context. When a new raid tier comes out, you're kind of reset anyway, right? So it's not as crazy as it might sound. Now, with that said, the way Fellowship works is if you've ever played World of Warcraft's Mythic Plus, it's basically like that. It's a sort of switch to a character I've gotten a little bit further with. I can't check him, but well, that's fine. You start in Contender, get some gear there, then you have to eventually beat the Capstone dungeon, and if you beat it, you unlock the next league, and then you have to progress there where gear's better, and eventually there's another Capstone, and now there's a timer you have to beat, otherwise it doesn't care that you did it. And then Champion puts timers on everything, and things get harder, numbers scale up. And there's another Capstone, and then there's another league with another Capstone, and at this point, they start giving enemies new moves. Like, the regular mobs that you might know that, like, featured in other dungeons suddenly have moves they didn't have before, things like that. So you also have to contend with that, and then once you've climbed all the way, you get to this endlessly scaling eternal difficulty, and in all of the dungeons, bosses have new moves. Enemies have new moves that you then have to contend with. Like a simple example that most that have played Fellowship might be familiar with is that there's an enemy called an Ashen Arsonist that in most of these leagues will just use Flame Blast, which is like a frontal cone attack that hurts like wow, but you can just sidestep it. But when you hit Eternal, he starts casting Big Ooga Flame, which does like a stupid amount of damage and also burns you. So you have to interrupt that or someone probably dies. So you have to keep this in mind. And that's just something that gets introduced gradually. And that is essentially the game. Just climb, get better. And for today... both me and Nox reached 10k rating, which was like the big capstone where you get a mount and everything. Each season we did that both in Season 1 and Season 2 together. With Sip and Aradil, that some of you also know. But in Season 3, the mount is actually a chicken. In Season 1, it's a spider. In Season 2, it's like, we jokingly call it the multi-dog. Because in a dev stream, they randomly referred to it as a multi-dog, and that's perfect. This is Season 1. No, some people have something with spiders, so let's not use that. Alice says, are the classes locked to specific pre-made characters? Yes, you don't play a class, you play a character. And... yeah, this time, today, Nox and I will try and play our mains from Season 2 and see how far we can prog as just a duo queuing together. And then we'll see how well we deal with the randos. And being the tank and the healer gives us a lot of control. Now, with that said, let me just catch up on the stream. Hey Telebar, hey Merfolk, hey Ilana, hey Kaj, hey Crab Galaxy, hey Jace, Agent Monica, hey Procrastinauts, hey Alice, hey Naomi, hey Fern, hey Not Moose, hey Fila, hey Zoff, hey Liashuki, hey Fern, hey... Oh wait, I actually already said hey. You get a double hey. Hey Kubamana, hey Grim Gathering, hey Falca, hey... Frosty Trout, and Brett. Hope you're all doing very well. I know your eyes do not deceive you, Grim Gathering. So, Grim Gathering has also been streaming Fellowship, so hey, take note of that if you all need some more of that. He's also been streaming a bunch of it. I believe he plays Ilarion. And just to give you a little bit more of an insight into the game for those that have never played this before, just go over the characters for you. Helena, tank, sword and board. Actually pretty simple, straightforward character. Meiko, kind of monk-like, also a tank. This is a board outfit. She's not normally a cat, but it's hilarious. Xavian is like kind of like a paladin tank. He does a lot of self-healing. He also can do shields. Then I'll just do the healers next because there's not that many of those. Sylvie, if you've played WoW, kind of combines some Resto Druid and Resto Shaman. She puts down totems, quote-unquote, as plants that heal automatically, and she manages healing everyone with flutterflies that she passes around. This is also an outfit, but this is not bought. Vigor is like the pretty classic like priesty healer. He also does shields. He also can throw out an orb. It's very funny. Aeona is a god of time. And she literally heals by reversing time. And she also heals by attacking. So she's a little bit sage-like, but with more emphasis on that. Then for the DPS, we have Gunde, who's the newest character, who's a berserker with blood magic. He focuses a lot on bleeds that come pretty naturally from his rotation. He's actually one of the easier characters, I would say. Tariq is a big puncher guy. He was a lot more complicated in Season 2 and 1, but they changed some things. He does lightning and bonk with hammer. Which one do you think is more fun or easier, Nox, since you've played both this season?
I think Tariq has slightly less than his kit right now.
Yeah. Sounds about right. That's what I would have assumed as well. Then we have Mara, possibly one of the most complicated characters. She emphasizes everything rogue. Like, if you've ever played a rogue in WoW, she does all of it.
The difficulty scale is 4, but that's a lie. It's actually 5.
Yeah, maybe 6. Then we have Rhyme, which is like a frost mage. She's one of the supposed easier characters. And she's ranged. The top row here is melee, the bottom row is ranged. Then we have Ilarion, which is an archer. By the way, his hidden... Actually, it's not even secret. His last name is Bowguy. He is an archer and his name is Ilarion Bowguy. So do with that what you will. And then finally, we have Ardeos, which is a fire mage that kind of combines like a dot mage with fire magic. Very interesting. By the way, that's also not his basic skin. That's I don't actually know where I have that from. But this is just the gear I have on Gunde because I've played him. These are basic outfits. That's actually their standards. This is an outfit I put on him. This is an outfit I got. This is just the gear I'm wearing. This is an outfit, although that is like just basic gear in a different color. This is basic. This is an outfit from a winter event. And this is just an armor set from progressing. Also, thank you for the bit, Scrim Gathering. Thank you so much. And hey, Rust. Hope you're doing well. And Missile, hope you're doing well as well. And Asymmetricon. Or like if an Affliction Warlock used fire. Yeah, pretty much. I think the closest to Black Mage you can get is probably Rhyme, and even then, that's not very accurate.
I cast Glacial Blast instead of Fireball.
But on that note, I'm playing Xavian, and Nox is playing Aeona. This season, that's not our mains. I specifically chose Xavian because I have not progressed on him. I have progressed both Meiko and Helena quite a lot. I've also progressed Sylvie, but I haven't quite hit Eternal yet. We're close. We failed to time a Sithral's Fall the other day, which is the capstone for that. And that's also... well, see, the thing is, Vyashuki, the game cares about what role they are. You can see here. Right. Are we ready to go, Nox?
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything. So just what
everything
is going on here? There's too many tanks in queue.
Dang. Oh, that is rare.
Just a real quick a clarification here is that you unlock a lot of tools and you don't start with any gear, really. Nox has played Aeon a little bit, so he has some gear and some buttons that I don't have yet.
They're kind of a big deal, but it shouldn't affect our progress that much, hopefully.
Nah.
We will see. It will be very clear if my item level affects what we're offered very quickly.
I feel like once
the,
as you progress
queue.
higher, Rust, that tanks start disappearing. What were you saying, Nox?
We'll see if my item level or PP points affects what we're offered. It does.
And the Rhyme would like to play Runes of Regeth. That's fine with me. It's one of the new
same
levels.
with me.
Amy Wells. Alice says, is the game gameplay GCD based? It's extremely WoW coded, so yes. Faster than 14 GCD, and it doesn't have animation locks and actions.
Mm.
But it'll make sense once you see us play the game.
Oh boy. At least
We even have matching mounts, guys.
I could have gotten Kai's mount, but I didn't want to.
We've just been using the fire and ice dogs for a while now.
Yeah.
No worries, Grim Gathering. Oh boy. Oh, Xavian with no button, with nothing is a little rough. Hey, Cat, you were trying to snipe us. Oh my, can't escape it even in Fellowship. So the blue light on the mobs here is this feature in the game that is called what's it called? Pathfinder's Guidance, which is essentially like tutorial guidance, so that the tank has an idea of where to go when they haven't like figured out the dungeons yet. It also like it gives you a little bit of extra haste, so you have some more stats if you follow the suggested line by the developers.
It disappears in the kernel.
Yeah,
and
as you progress
it
to higher
reduces in effectiveness the higher up in the leagues you go.
And yeah, that is correct, is Metricon. Helena is the closest you get to like a warrior, World of Warcraft warrior. I think warrior from 14 is probably more a mix between like Xavian and Mako, I think, kind of share the values of a 14 warrior, like between them.
Hating. My favorite.
You got this. You use your practice from kiting orbs.
There's surprisingly little kiting orbs last season, actually.
Yeah, we didn't do Siffles that much, I guess.
Yeah. Mostly because we just disliked the human cough.
Did we not have enough? How did we not have enough? Huh? Did we leave an orb behind?
Apparently.
Oh. So a gimmick in this dungeon is that there are these key towers up there that we need to fill to open the gate to the boss that is in the middle of the of the whole dungeon, and we need 20 like blood droplets per tower to do this. Otherwise, we just won't be able to. We also need to kill a certain amount of mobs, so you can't just clear a dungeon by avoiding combat and going straight to the boss. You actually need to kill a certain amount of enemies.
I can handle this.
What do we do now? Well, I mean, if we landed in dungeon with you, Cat, we would just have played it anyway. It's just how it goes. But that would be really funny. Irillion, hope you're doing well.
Hoi hoi.
I can endure.
Ham says, where's Cheeser? Oh, usually we use the dogs. But Cheeser's also a good mount. It's a white rat.
Bear witness to winter's wrath. Freeze this moment.
I must stay strong.
I must stay strong. Ugh. What is that brute doing over there? Is he just looking at you?
I guess he's just chilling.
Dude! Stop ogling my healer.
He got clipped into the ground, saw Leona's skirt, and just went, oh.
I can handle this.
Hey, Dornick! Hope you're doing well.
I've seen my
This dungeon is also right now becoming well known for two things. One of which is it's very green.
Yeah.
They decided to add green cleaves to it.
Yep. Let's just say that... Oh. I recognize that the Rhyme wants to pull more. I don't have an ult, so I can't help you. I have to play it safe every pull because I don't have my toolkit. It's blinding strike now. I'm not sure that it's stacking. It can have 2 stacks now, I believe.
He woke up. It just took him a while.
shield me. I victory.
Not today. But yeah, there's no hiding it, Doronek. It's, I believe, a part of the dev team is...
For sure percent.
Oh. How?
We skipped the pack to the right.
To the right?
Or to the left of the pillar
Oh.
that we were just at.
I thought to pull it, and then I forgot during the poll.
I had the thought of it. So imagined me doing it. Sorry, Kai. Sadly, this world isn't Baki. You can't just imagine doing something and have it be done.
Dang it. There we go. Yeah. Ow.
Now,
Oops. I'll be over here.
Destiny can wait.
Is this still early access? It is, but I'm just saying that good game as it is. But it is considered early
Bear
access.
witness to winter's wrath.
That is a sad point to be in your ult.
Frost, protect me.
yeah.
I can handle this.
That is,
Ow.
I've seen my victory.
No worries, I do know that you have a little bit of a thing with early access games.
I can handle this.
Okay, well, just dodge my Omni Strike, why don't you?
Get outplayed.
It is very fun, Fila. What is preventing you from playing it? Because you said you were very interested in playing it. Oh, uncommon relic. It doesn't have an ability. The classic.
So far, that's been my first item drop from every chest on new characters. Every time. It's just been instant into uncommon relic. Alright, I have a talent point. What does my heart desire? I am going to pick Resonant Fate because I just enjoy playing with it. Don't think it's good. But it's a fun safety net.
Have a potion. You can't drink it though. You just have to hold it and like swish it around. Makes you more powerful.
I love my stat stick potions.
The reason there, Doronek, is specifically Aeona has very solid single target damage. One of the other healers, Sylvie, has pretty solid AoE damage and things like that. And the healers can do some damage, but the same with the tanks. It's just that they scale slower because a lot of their, gear budget goes into defensive value rather than damage. So as we progress, tanks and healers will kind of fall behind on damage. But the scaling is weird. In Season 3, they're trying a more ARPG-style gearing system where there's, random stats. If you look on this item I just got, the rarity is random. On Contender, it could be uncommon or rare, which is, blue. And the blue numbers on the item here are randomly added because it is uncommon. So this item normally has 3 strength, 4 haste, and 4 spirit when you've tempered it once. But it just has a +1 because that's what it rolled. Are you ready again, Nox?
Yep.
I'm sort of assuming that Tariq wants to play again.
I mean, I didn't leave all this time, so...
As far as I can see in his gear, that was his first dungeon too. But the gear gets a little crazy.
It couldn't have been his first dungeon because he ulted.
Felis' money and time. Oh, they're offering us Heart of Tasari. Should we go for it?
Sure.
Sure. That's
I
possible.
just want to feel this moment.
Yeah. Ross says, did you try weird party combinations? A few days ago, we progressed from contender to champion in a couple of hours with 1 tank, 1 DPS, and 2 healers. So yeah, we have tried it. Will you click the totem thing when I've grabbed the mobs?
Yeah. Never mind the Tariq did it. Alright.
Oh. I might need very quick attention because it's so far down.
Yeah.
My spirit holds.
Backstabber.
Hey Matthew! Hope you're doing well.
They changed the backstabbers. They're just as annoying.
I feel like they're slightly less annoying.
They're slightly less annoying as the tank. Because the change was that they made it so that they target other players that aren't the tank. Which, makes them significantly less irritating for the tank.
Cat says, Nox, wake up, it's time for your daily Giga Pulse.
Yes, Kai.
So in Season 2, we did this dungeon a lot at a lower Eternal difficulty, which meant we pulled extremely big.
very frequently. Also
Yes.
because we regularly had Ardios in our team.
Yeah, and certain DPS really prefer if you pull really big, and then like just deal with the bigger pull over a longer period of time. Uh-oh.
Might be a little awkward.
Oh, wow.
It's fine.
What did you do? I thought I was suddenly gone for, and then I got 40%.
Restore continuity.
Ah, yeah, that'd do it.
Swim and Fee. It's one of the two cleanses.
Your time is over.
Fight in the sunlight.
Camp Galaxy says, I didn't know Fellowship was doing a Twitch event. Oh yeah, there is. Little thing. Yeah, I believe you also can get like icons and stuff in game for doing stuff on Twitch. It's all
Actually,
cosmetic stuff, obviously.
Let's see here. I need to. Okay, that is correct. I had to check if I had the stream actually muted or if I just had the tab muted. Also, we got a friend. I
Oh,
was too thick.
Your time
what should we name him?
No.
Oh, okay. Well then.
He's an Aeona thirster. He doesn't deserve a name.
Ah, I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I must stay strong.
There is indeed not such a character, Liashuki.
destiny can't wait.
The cosmos gazes on me. Twilight protects me.
Name it Minfilia because it's dead. Wow. Wow, cat.
I mean, actually, since it went changed after a blonde woman, shouldn't we call it Tancred instead?
This man is talking a lot of smack for someone who is within dying distance.
Well, at least he's confident, unlike the boss in Stormwatch.
Others will come.
I
am
hold
very
no
replaceable.
position of power.
It does not. I'm not important for this revolution. Uh-oh. We have more incoming. Oh, this is a very convenient time for an ult from me.
Yeah.
Time is over.
My spirit holds.
So each of the healers are very distinct from each other, even in their strengths, which is nice.
Hey, Weaver. Mr. says, why? How does that snap not make you dizzy? I have a feeling you wouldn't get as dizzy if you were in control. It's because I know where I'm clicking, I know where I'm landing, so I have a relatively good idea what to expect my screen to look like when I land.
I can endure.
I don't know. Some people are very resistant to getting motion sick from games.
Also that.
That does make me curious. I never tried it, but I wonder if I would get motion sick from playing in with VR. Because I hear that is a very common issue.
I can handle this.
the aforementioned Ashen Arsonist with the Flame Blast. Homie says, "Look, I'm a dungeon boss. And I'm aware of how replaceable I am. Can you imagine how the mobs feel?" Yeah, that is a fantastic point. Yeah, so funny detail about that, Weaver, is with Season 3, the development team completely overhauled where all of the mobs in all of the dungeons are. And a major thing they changed is that in a lot of dungeons, before, the mobs were just kind of there, waiting for you to arrive, right? You know, classic stuff. With the change, a lot of enemies are like doing something when you arrive. Like down there, you can see some of them are fighting a plant. So like, they added a little bit of like detail of like, I mean, stuff were happening before you arrived. They're not all waiting for you. Some of them are sleeping. Which I think is an extremely nice touch.
Some of them are patrolling in places where it actually makes sense to patrol.
Yeah. There are patrols where it makes sense to patrol. People are sleeping, people are fighting. Sometimes you'll see enemies actually sitting at a campfire like this one. Which is like a respawn point you can take over.
It would, of course, be a lot cooler and more immersive if they actually dealt damage to each other as they were fighting.
Yeah, but I feel like that would also just add a lot of weirdness to it. How much damage should they do?
How much damage should they do? Should they be able to actually kill each other? Could there be an advantage to you? Like, when do they actually start fighting?
Now don't you feel bad for messing up their day. I think we can do this with one player missing.
I realize now that he probably meant moment. Toilet?
Yeah. I read it and was like, what? Oh.
What?
Yeah, exactly, it's Metricon. If you have like mobs just fighting in like somewhere in the dungeon, if like it might result in optimal paths being just let those guys fight. They'll die eventually, and then we just get free prog.
There's technically a disincentive with that already with the skill score requirement, but.
Hey, Ragnarok, yeah.
Yana is enveloped in a field of temporal magic, granting her 10% reduced damage taken.
Crab Galaxy says, did they disconnect? No, they needed to go to the bathroom. Hey, Akia. Hope you're doing well. Why is it uncanny?
And Fellowship notoriously does not have a fill system. If somebody leaves or you kick someone, the key's dead.
Yeah, then you just have to go out. Or either do it with 3 players or try again.
Yeah.
Ross says, what is the proper tactics here? Yeah, we can talk about that. So this boss has a mechanic called lifelink, where all of the ads that it will spawn in the room, and there's a lot, will do, like, some of the damage you do to the ads will go onto the boss, so AoEing is effective. But all of the ads in the battle also have, like, a reflect mechanic, where some of the damage you deal to them will be reflected back at you. So it can be a little scary, but a particular mechanic it uses makes basically spawn a whole lot of, like, traps And if you step on them early, it will never turn into a mob. If you're late, it becomes a trap, and if you step on it, a mob spawns like Menphilia from before. Like these. And the thing that gets complicated is you might leave some of them up so that you can, you know, pad damage by cleaving them. But you also might not want to do that, because if you place down too many, then suddenly you have a problem. I can't tell you what the correct answer is, because depending on your gear, one answer might be correct. Another might be based on a different solution, like a different gear level. Meanwhile, the Twisted Roots here have a mechanic where if they're too far away to hit anyone, they'll start casting a spell that you need to interrupt. But if you make sure you have someone near them to hit, then they won't do it. So the easiest thing to do is just hang out near them. And also, every trap that is left on the field from not being stepped on will be activated eventually, as you can see here. The boss just spawning all of them.
Time is over.
Blap. There's a lot of flowers. Why do I have an urge to pray return to the waking sands? All of them are named Menphilia. Every single one.
They wake up to tell us that we need to pray return to the waking sands.
It kind of depends, Crab Galaxy. It like, one half to it is technically you running around, stepping on all of them means that you're not attacking. But there is a limit to how many a party might be able to survive spawning in. But you kind of have to find out what that limit is.
It depends on healer, it depends on the tank, it
Depends on how big bursts the DPS do. For instance, Rhyme with too many plants might just straight up die from how much burst she can do in an instant. Because
that
you know,
sounds stupid. What kind of idiot Rhyme player would do that? By the way, I made Rhyme in season 1.
And died to that.
Wasn't my fault. I didn't know the Ice Comet was going to crit and triple proc.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much you can do about that, right?
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Missing a little buttons there, Kai.
Yeah, I'm missing a little bit of toolkit here. Uh-oh.
I need to do this, actually.
I have an alt in a moment.
Okay, and I'll
There we
do
go.
that on that person instead.
I was sitting there greeting because each time we tried to heal someone, they died. I'll heal that guy. Oh, dang it. Well, I'll heal
And they're
this guy.
finally about to get it through, and then then the freaking Time Wizard just goes, no, Lamau. Each character also has a unique form of CC, which is quite interesting.
Oh, the basic attack, Ragnarok here. Yeah, it has a few different animations so that it looks a little nicer when you're spamming it. See, right. Well, left. It's kind of nice. So the last boss here, his main mechanic is that he summons lackeys that you have to kill before they walk into the orb in the middle. Also, the boss becomes like twice as strong if he as much as dips his toes in it.
Boss is very cool and very enjoyable for all melees and all casters.
Yep. And that whirly tornado he did there is actually a circle AoE with a raid bite attached, not a donut AoE with a raid bite attached. You will die if you stand in the donut.
I can endure.
It's not as important right now, but it is incredibly important later that you do kill as many Chosen as you can, because each one that walks into the center explodes and drops a permanent problem.
Yeah. Here comes phase 2.
One of the reasons this is a permanent problem, and also their archery is almost screwed himself completely.
How? Was he stuck in the wrong quadrant?
Yeah.
You can imagine mages love this.
Yeah.
Do you think we should just focus the boss?
Yes. The boss is going to die way before these guys reach the center.
Hey. My god, shoes and a chest piece.
Okay, seriously, what is with me and playing on alts and getting banners?
Did you get another one?
Yes! I've not gotten a single one on Gunda. Even once. And I just get them on alts.
Oh.
Game is trying to tell me something, I guess.
So many rewards. Wow. A cape.
Oh yeah, and
3 talent points, but I don't have the second row unlocked yet, so I can't. I hate this.
right. Both of them left this
Just
time.
took that guy's Nikes. Yoink. My shoes.
Oh yeah, and capstones drop 2 pieces of loot instead of 1 to
Yep.
compensate for the time.
Yeah, because it takes longer, exactly. Ilana says, loot all button win. What do you mean? It's very satisfying to just go ding 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 ding.
They've not played WoW enough.
Yeah. Ragnarok says, when I first tried WoW after years of 14, I had to really stop myself when standing in swirly circles that looked like towers.
Well, sometimes in WoW the swirly circles are towers.
Ragnarok says, not heard of this game, might try looking it up. It is on Steam. Is it still on sale? I don't remember.
Not sure.
I will say, by the way, guys, that it kind of like comes in waves, you know, with a season and everything. But like the community managers and such of the game are also somewhat active on Twitch. Like Hamish, who is like the guy when it comes to that, has on stream gotten to the 10k rating on characters that are like supposed to be hard, while playing on like a really bad connection because he lives far away. Is it only on PC?
Possible,
Yes, it's only on PC for now.
It is confirmed that one of the reasons why this game has such powerful netcode and is so resilient when it comes to disconnecting is because of Hamish being on the dev team.
I don't think he's on the dev team, but he is on the he is on the team. And if it wasn't good, he wouldn't be able to do very much. So they will know. It's still on sale for 25 more hours, says Ilana.
Nice.
Ragnarok says, I like the idea all bosses in this world keep their loot in treasure chests hanging over their boss room like the sword of Damocles for when they die to drop down. You know, the best part about that is, I don't know if we've caught this on this stream, but if you're standing underneath the chest when it lands, you die. I mean, you just can respawn immediately because the dungeon is over, but they just programmed in that detail that if the chest lands on you, you die. Neo's sake. I'm glad to hear that. Are we ready for some Adept?
Yep.
We should probably aim low now.
Most likely.
Does this mechanic
Since
to kill
now,
boss by dropping chest on it win? Well, unfortunately, the chest drops when you kill the boss when you finish the dungeon.
It's also sadly the same one.
It's very good Savage Fight to drop the cup on you and kill you the same way. I think they should make it so that the chests drop with a big flourish instead of them just like, you know, fade to black and then you can see that the chests are there. By the way, quick addressing of this elephant in the room. With Season 3, they added a new feature called Odd Comp. Which means that if you're having trouble getting a group that is a tank, 2 DPS, and a healer, you know, the standard, you can queue that, and then it'll try and put 4 players together if it can't make the Holy Trinity. Which means that if there's like a lot of DPS, you could do that. I've been told that it's a lot harder, especially if you don't have a tank, but it's an option, and we have tried it. Not without a tank, but yeah.
Runs were a little slow.
Ooh, Sailor's Abyss or Wormheart? Do you have a preference?
Not really.
Oh, well...
So, left to right?
Yeah.
If there's a tie in the vote,
Chooses
the
the
game
lower one.
it always chooses the lower one.
Yep.
Hey, it's a rhyme.
And an Ilarion.
Oh man, is this us in season 1?
Yeah, this is our Season 2 team.
Not exactly. Season 2 team had a Mara.
Oh,
I've seen
right.
very few Maras this season, even when running with randoms.
Yeah, Mara is not super popular right now. Seems to be fine, power-wise. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, but it's like most things when it comes to,
Harder.
like, when something is more difficult,
Yeah.
it needs to be a lot more damage for it to show
Yep.
in popularity.
Oh dear. Those rats. They're stealing my healing by forcing your automated healing to go on the Ilarion.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily a super bad thing that Mara isn't very popular. I don't think it's a super bad thing that Mara isn't particularly popular.
No,
but it is
if
a bit of a shame.
The important bit is if the people that like Mara still like Mara, like there's nothing wrong with having a bit of a niche pick. As long as there's an option so that people don't feel like there's no melees.
Which was an actual problem in season 1 and 2.
A major reason for Gunde being a little bit easier is that in season 1 and 2 it felt like nearly all of the DPS characters were really, really complicated. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to also pull that, but I should have known. Oh, we're gonna get hit, I think. We're gonna get smacked any moment.
Obviously, although ironically, and a bit of a shame, at the same time as they introduced Gunde, they removed the part of Tariq's kit that made him
they basically
really difficult.
They basically added Gunde and then made one of the hardest characters to play a lot more approachable. So they didn't need a super easy character to fill the roster because they turned one of them into one. Which has, as far as I know, been a massive success.
Yeah, Tariq is massively more popular now.
Yep.
It sounds innocuous, actually, like what the change is. Tariq used to have a swing timer attached to his main damage skill. And all they did was they removed that, and the character's kit is now 8 times easier because you don't have to think about the swing timer.
Yeah. Like Gildos 1 with healing not being spammable. Each healer has technically a spammable heal, like a simple spam heal. But let's just say that if Aeona starts spamming flash revision, as a tank, you should assume that death is imminent if you don't do something. The same applies for Sylvie's Restore Life. If she starts spamming that on you, it means that you need to do something or you're gonna wipe in a second. Vigor's Greater Heal is a bit more like, that's just a thing he does. But you generally don't want to see the healer spam their spammable heal. That's usually a sign that this is going sideways in a second. Do something.
There is slightly more to it with Aeona now in this season specifically, where there is actually a benefit to casting Flash Revision. It can make for a faster cleanse, but
That's
yeah.
True. It depends, Crab Galaxy. The thing is, I think I'm just gonna do a big plant pull and not go crazy. Because I'm looking at my health and going, you can't save me in time. If I pull more. And the green bar over my MP is tracking this this field that I'm putting down. Which is important because the field gives me damage reduction. And it is extended by me using my 5 ability. Which is meaning that I have a field over there getting extended for nothing. But yeah, to be clear on that, it's more that Aeona and Sylvie generally don't see that much use of their spam, like their basic heal. Vigor might see more reason to use it. And if you're like lower geared and your tank is pulling like a maniac, it's probably a good idea to use it, Crab Galaxy. So don't worry about that.
There is niche use cases for Flash Revision. It is just, it should not be the main button.
Yeah.
Ever.
My spirit holds.
Sylvie does, but she tends to weave it every other GSV preserver product flies. Just checking, Asymmetricon. Have you played Sylvie this season? Because I've been playing Sylvie up to Paragon, and my experience was as I stopped using Restore Life and just going trust the process, and just attacking to get my life petals quicker, things got better. Yes, I sometimes have to spam Restore Life, but as I said, that's for the tank's POV meant to mean you're gonna die. It's a bad sign. Restore Life just doesn't heal as much now. Flutter Swift, which is an ability that makes your Flutterflies heal more, is way more popular now as a result. The weaving is still there, it's just that tanks are chunky as they progress, so they need the help less, and your other options just scale better. But she actually has a talent called Every Other Flutter that makes Restore Life cheaper when you alternate. It's just that if you're playing her right, you generally won't need that, as far as I know. So this boss has a mechanic called Undertow, where she puts a debuff on 2 players. Can do it on the same one if you cleanse it too fast.
Found out.
Yep. And when it runs out, or when you dispel it, it puts down a permanent field that hurts and silences you. So you need to go out and place them, and we really, really want to be near this mast, because you can use the mast as line of sight to block the screech.
Damn it, that's the worst
this is a
possible
really,
case.
really bad time, because she has this intermission where she jumps away, and you need to chain yourself to the mast, or you run to your death. Oh, just to be clear, Ragnarok, yeah, it is not a character creation page. It's more like just a character selector. But I get where you're coming from. If you want to see if, like, I don't know if they'll rerun it, I hope they will, but I have a pink pajama skin for Sylvie. Or outfit. A pink pajamas. So it only gets better.
Witness my wrath.
But yeah, to not sell you wrong expectations. It's very much a game where you're playing a character, you're not making one. Hey, wow, I'm not doing a lot of damage. Oof.
Yeah, no, I felt like my damage on Savian this season has been really bad, just in general.
I will say that he does have a whole thing with not scaling, with his damage scaling very slowly when you don't have things like Vanguard.
Yeah.
And
Even
is
with
the game good for
Vanguard.
random dungeon finder parties? Was reading some reviews and there was some mentions of finding it hard to find parties without pre-made. It is a bit, but well, let's just say that we have a room on the community server where we're trying to coordinate. So far, we have like 12 people, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
We actually have a community in game. We haven't really used it much because people generally communicate on the Discord instead. There's also a Discord server for Fellowship that you can find people with. So some of the negative reviews about that is because they've basically gone, I refuse, like, the in-game tool to find people to play with isn't doing it. And I don't care enough to try and figure it out myself. So I blame the game and quit. So I'm just saying, there are ways. If you think the game looks cool, then there are ways.
Obviously, it's anecdotal, but at least from the small bits of solo queuing Kai has done, and the duo queuing me and Kai have done, and the small bit of duo queuing I have done with other people, any review that mentions toxicity is most likely exaggerated or leaving out very important context.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I saw someone who went to the Fellowship Discord and complained that a tank left after they flamed them once. Like, yeah, I mean, the tank has an instant popping Q and you're a DPS. I would probably also leave and just go, I'm not gonna put up with that. So sometimes there's some important context being left out. First flame doesn't count. Everybody gets one.
I can't blame my tank for not playing the exact same way I want, then what's the point of the game?
My won't shield me.
Oh man, having a 3-pointer makes such a difference.
Oh, which one did you get?
Oblivion's Embrace.
I tried a continuum shift since Method's Guide recommends it. It's actually extremely potent when you Echoes of Ruin like 20 things at once on a pull. Pretty nice. I'm gonna get that one.
Wait, did you say?
Oh, that's a range. I'm an idiot. Oh dear. Where are you?
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, this is slow. Did you say paradoxical twist? The one that affects
No, I said continuum shift. makes it so that when
that
you use an unfolding doom, it makes your next thing crazy good.
Oh, it's good this season? Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's apparently like recommended.
It was so bad last one.
I think you're supposed to use it on Echoes of Ruin on AoE and use it on... Okay, I hope that wasn't you pinging at me.
It was not. Oh yeah, I don't have Surgeon Prana anymore. Dude. Oh god.
Whew. I completely stopped attacking because I could see the shots. Yeah, exactly, dear Shuki. So some of the negative reviews, just keep in mind that some people just, you know, don't quite understand how to not be a jerk. Or the fact that actions have consequences. So
it's also true in 14.
Oh yes.
There will be some reviews or some comments where.
But I will say it's not like just all easy peasy and that everything is exaggerated. It isn't trivial to find people to play with. That is why I'm like, this season I've made an attempt to like give people in the community a way to play together. Because a lot of the time the biggest problem in progressing is finding people to play with.
Or trying to do specific dungeons, because the queue system does not help with trying to find specific dungeons.
Indeed.
Like, notoriously, there's a very high chance that me and Kai is going to end up with specific dungeons missing from our selection, because it didn't show up in the binder.
Yeah.
Or it did, but people didn't pick it.
This looks fun.
Season 2
this
also
is the scary poll.
Yeah.
Does
season
in fact
2
not look fun.
Season 2 of the exact same problem for roughly the same reasons. With an additional detail of oh, that is really bad. Can they not?
Nope. I don't have the resource to stop it either.
Yeah.
It was just a little flame. They're not a total jerk. Nice Weaver. But genuinely, it's really funny because like that kind of person has appeared a lot of times in the Fellowship Discord. The person who's like, thing went wrong and then the tank left immediately when I complained. It's like, yes.
Yeah.
You didn't just complain.
Bro, I can't believe the tank left after I called them a slur. What the?
Oh, Ragnarok, yeah. You can absolutely fall. That jump skip we just did, you die if you fall down there. You straight up just die. But some dungeons have that, like a little jumping puzzle to find an alternative path. Pretty fun. Do you think we can do both of the remaining packs together?
Yeah.
This looks fun.
No, it doesn't.
I can handle this.
Some enemies have like sound cues like that. The specific enemy that screams, "This looks fun," it does that. Like just a stun lock on a random player. So it's like warning you this kind of unit is in the pool. I think we might die here. Okay, I think we might be fine. Oh, nice. Weaver says, I hate jumping puzzles mostly because I'm bad at them. There's not that many of them, and they're not too hard. And there's also the portal stone, which is an item you can get that means you can make a portal from one spot to another that people sometimes use to trivialize some jumps. Exactly because they don't, like, they want to do the skip, but they have ran into randos that can't do it.
You are blessed to witness their ascension.
Bear witness to winter's wrath.
Bro.
Go unpunished.
Right, time for Kai's favorite boss with his favorite mechanic.
Apostate Bridget missed on the tank.
Yes. It's guaranteed every time.
Burdened by frost.
Wait a second.
Unless you call her out on it, then she can become shy and like, oh well, I'm gonna be like that, then I don't want to.
Dance, mortals. I must stay strong. Be gone.
I see my victory.
Be burdened by frost.
I was expecting a different order. Oh. Oh.
Dance, mortals.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you also got stunned there?
Yep. That was a
Oof.
very
Somehow
rough
you
time.
lived.
Me neither. Thankfully, this isn't high enough and it didn't two-shot me. I enjoy the fact that there's 3 heads on that.
Burdened by frost.
Yep, I'm just using
And all
solar
3 of them are
shields.
trying to do frigid miss.
This changes nothing.
Just goes to show how crucially important it is.
Yeah.
There's also the part that, have you noticed how every time Icy Death goes through, it just goes... Because I'm specifically holding my solar shield to intercept it in like the last frame every time. Grab Galaxy says, did they nerf her attack when she says, Dance Mortal? I feel like it used to go longer back when I first played Season 1. I don't
No.
think they nerfed it.
No.
I think it might
it's the
just
same
have
amount.
felt that way because, you know, a really, like, long mechanic like that can feel like that. Oh boy, another talent! And a new row! Fantastic. And, well, I got shoes that I can't use because I already got better. The woes are progressing too fast, everybody.
Oh man, time shard with doubled cast time.
Oh. This.
Intro claim stuns the target while it is active. Okay. And Echo's Rune, of course, applies to up to 20 targets. It's just really
Yeah.
nice quality of life.
The Entropy's Claim one, which stun locks the enemy for 6 seconds, I've never used. Because the cast time of Entropy's Claim means you're gonna miss the timing.
Mm.
It was only a little flame. It's so funny. Are you ready for Empyrean Science?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Oh man, I'll actually get a benefit out of the 120 weapon. Let's go.
Hey.
There's
Very
a chance
nice.
you won't get. Have you rolled the
Sounds
weapon yet?
Nope. Sounds as I did Dusk Vigil the other day and one of the DPS got stun locked 3 times in a row. Always awesome when that happens, especially as the healer, right? You get out of the stun for 1 second, just heal myself. So the talent that really makes Xavier pop is this Vanguard of Vengeance that basically makes it so that every time he parries a lot. He does a counterattack. The sound of a Xavier tanking is this constant like swing sound of him parrying. It goes crazy. But we can't get that yet. But it'll make my AoE damage go crazy.
There's also a fun Tariq 3-pointer talent that feels 80% of what you hear with.
What talent is that again?
Ace of Spades, because it makes you trigger chain lightning constantly.
Aha.
Oh, whoops. There we go. Oh man, not having to individually place those entropy's claims or place those echoes of ruin is so nice. Just one button and it's done.
It does make pulls that last long enough for it to run out a little awkward.
Yeah.
A particular talent on Aeona that it's too good to not take it, but I hate it, is the one that makes it so that you get extra haste when Unfolding Doom is active on someone. So what that does for the chat is Unfolding Doom is a spell that Aeona has that does some damage, gives a little bit of resource, and then makes Aeona do like 20% more damage to that enemy. And then there's like talents that interact with that. And one of those talents is while the enemy has Unfolding Doom, which it can have for like 20 seconds, I think, like nearly 50% uptime, you get 20% extra haste, which is a lot. So in a big AoE poll, you have to go, do I put Unfolding Doom on the priority target to kill it faster? Or do I put it on like some random innocuous enemy that's also here, such that it doesn't die too quick? Or if you do put it on the prio target, you might feel incentivized to like stop attacking it, to like preserve it for longer. And yeah, it seems like, I think it's the Rhyme that has a summer skin and the inflatable shark mount.
She's also actually has split. She's also actually taken up the top portion of it.
Oh, just keep. I guess we just keep running.
Just keep running. Just keep swimming.
My spirit holds.
Yeah, sounds about right. Naomi says, don't worry, they'll remove the talent by making it baseline. So, funny story about that. Nox played Rhyme a lot, and his most hated talent, well, I don't know if most hated, but a very disliked talent that was like too good to not pick, according to most, was called Winter's Embrace. It's not important what it did. What is important is that Nox didn't like it, and in Season 3, Rhyme's ability called Bursting Ice, which is what Winter's Embrace interacted with, now just has Winter's Embrace, like, built in as its baseline effect. Like, it just also does that. And it's not the only character that's gotten that, like a talent that was so good that you just like, you wouldn't not pick it. They just went, okay, well, you just have that, and we'll put a more interesting talent there instead. Which I think is a cool idea, but it does kind of suck when the talent you hated is the one the devs go, well, I guess people liked it, so now everyone gets to have it all the time. Very cool, right?
Super Math.
Hey, Iser! Hope you're doing well. And yeah, exactly. The only solution when the talent is so good is if you nerf it too much, then people won't pick it because now it's too weak to use. Remove it because it's too powerful, but people liked it. Like, some players picked it because it was powerful and interesting. Or you just make it baseline. The only ones that are disappointed by that are the ones that, you know, didn't want it. Hey, Akiro, hope you're doing well. At first glance, I thought you were playing WoW with add-ons. It does look very similar, right? I'll let the range deal with those last two. It's too far away.
Fight in the sunlight.
Time is over.
My spirit holds.
Very nice. I'm not getting a lot of good loot here. At least I'm getting different loot.
Yeah.
Another example of a talent that was so unanimously used by everyone that they basically made it baseline was Vigor, the dwarf that is a healer, has a mechanic called Grand Design, where he can hold the button for his spenders to make them AoE, weaker but AoE. That was a talent that was basically required. Does the game allow alts? I mean, you can practice, you can use every character individually as you want. They only share this. You had to proc each one individually, aside from that. Hey, Shaq! Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Shaq. Oh. I'm fixing gear.
The cat says, every rhyme except one used it, Winter's Embrace, so we might as well make it baseline. Might as well.
Every rhyme except one used it. And that rhyme also reached 10k.
I think I'll do a quick break. Then
Yeah.
hope people are still there. But yeah. On that note, manatee restored while I be right back.
I might have only been one of, like, been the only rhyme that didn't pick Winter's Embrace. But I was also the only rhyme that used Frostweavers. Which has direct anti-synergy with
Alright, back. Hey, Bobamet! Angrokia says, is it 14 style where you make the one character Caetsu Chaiji and this name carries to all characters you play, or WoW style where each name is its own character? This is your account name. You can change it if you want. But when you open the game, for the first time, they ask you for your name.
Each one of the characters has an official and character name.
Yeah, each character
You
has
have an
its own
account?
name. You
Yeah.
don't play Paladin, you play Xavian. You don't play Warrior, you play Helena. You don't play Rogue, you play Mara. Although some old-timers might insist on calling Mara Rogue. Just like they insist on calling their characters Toons and things like that. Because we did that 25 years ago and we liked it, dang it.
There are distinct MMO generations, and some certain phrases can actually inform a lot of it. A weird idiosyncrasy actually is that I have played WoW with the third spec of Rogue being called Outlaw and not Combat. However, whenever I talk about Rogue, I say that it's Assassination, Subtlety, and Combat. Why?
I fight.
Because if you
Despite the
say
fact-
anything else, the other person will get confused.
No, it's because the people I played with played WoW for so long, way before I did, that they call it Combat, and therefore it just stuck with me.
That makes sense.
Sometimes your friends have a much bigger influence on your way of speech than you imagine.
I mean, if someone calls a character by their, like, inspired class, it's not like I'm gonna be like, actually, he has a name. If I can tell them what the name of the character that they're referring to is, then I understood what they said. So I don't need to correct them.
But you have to correct them. This is the internet, Cat.
Aw. Do I have to?
Yes. Can't let people be wrong on the internet. Don't you know the saying? You should spend more time on the internet having pointless arguments with strangers you never meet in real life.
No, I can't stop any of these. I
Well,
still don't have the yoink. I just
that
got
is a-
Omega.
Well, that's at least nice.
Helps a lot, yeah.
Really like Omega Retrieval.
So these wolves are... Whoa! You know? The rhyme really tried.
Yeah, and it did not
And they
matter.
just got double trolled. These wolves are new to Season 3, and the thing they do is that they go a-woo, and if you don't stop them with a stun or grabbing or shoving them or something, they just dash at the person like a bat out of hell. And if they make it, you just get stunned and swiped. Like, oof. Big damage.
I must stay strong.
The rhyme over here asking me why I like to use my yoink that I just said I don't have.
At least now they know.
Yeah. They're like, why is he not doing it? It's, I don't have it. Like, I'm the guy being like, among others, of course, being like, the best weapon you can get for Xavian is the one that makes you have a stun. Like, just a speed dial, extra stun. And I used it to basically work triple duty, or at least double duty, on interrupting things. I just can't right now. I'm missing some tools.
That's really nice. I have it on my Xavian. Okay, there we go.
Witness eternity.
That's a technically bad ultimate, but it's fine.
Oh well. White Mage is just Holy Priest. You know, you're not wrong. Once upon a time, it felt visually a little bit more distinct. Nowadays...
There's
And
actually
we'll grab the man catchers too, I think. No, I see this raging pillager here. You gotta kill that one. You have to eat your greens if you want the boss. I'm scared. The pillagers have a mechanic where every time something dies near them, they get an attack damage, a damage boost, a attack speed boost, and they also take more damage. But in this particular dungeon right now, there is a mechanic that is like a randomly chosen one, or randomly for the season, for this particular difficulty in this dungeon, that random enemies in the dungeon are empowered, meaning that they are way stronger. And that pillager was that. I was not gonna risk that.
extra fat pillagers are really scary.
Yep.
Because they will start kicking your ass. Probably less of a problem at Adept 2. But it is always something worth keeping in mind.
Ilana says, is it always the same in the given dungeon? Oh god. Is it always the same in the given dungeon? Only for the particular difficulty. So, for example, Adept 2 Stormwatch, for this whole season, will always be empowered minions. But the next Stormwatch on the track might not have empowered minions.
Spicy.
Yeah. You know it's even more spicy?
Oh boy. Is that
No,
a free
that's a
empowered
chonker.
execution? Is that an empowered executioner just for me?
Yes. I brought him just for you. What do you think?
I wish you
What do you
hadn't.
Can you return him? No. Bad news on that one.
If this was season 2, I would actually demand a refund. And if this wasn't Adept 2.
Is it always the same enemy that is empowered? Oh, yes. Those are fixed in this. Like, in fact, Ilana, I think it's not the only option, but the Method website has like has pages for like dungeon routes, and on that page or on those pages, you can toggle it showing where the empowered enemies are, where Gorn and Era is, if you have that modifier and things like that. I'll see if I can sneak past these rats here.
I can endure. May the light protect us all.
Seize this moment.
But yeah, that is part of like planning your route. And as you get timers on the dungeon and the enemies become stronger, you eventually hit a point where, as a team, or at least as a tank, you start needing to actually really have an idea of how you're gonna do a dungeon. Even though there's the guidance on lower difficulties that tell you could pull these, you still have to like, you can't just do them one at a time. You have to like pull a little bit more, pull a little bit bigger, be smart about it, figure things out. Like for instance, the Rhyme in this team here has been using a feature to like link that their ultimate is ready, to indicate you can pull big because I'm ready to blast. Because I might need that information to decide how I'm gonna pull. Oh, I should probably have held my solar shield for this. Yeah, as things get harder, it gets a little bit more frantic and hectic. You gotta go for it. And you may need to plan a little bit ahead.
Now, there is a slightly important idiom to the meticulous planning, which is plans never work. No plan survives interactions with the enemy,
Yeah.
but planning is essential.
Can you freely revive people in battle in this game like 14? Is it limited or not
No.
possible like in WoW? No character in the game has a combat res on available. If you're in combat with a boss, the respawn button is grayed out until the fight is over. The only way to respawn in the middle of a boss fight is that there is a relic, these items, that like rare and above relics have special abilities. For instance, this potion here, if it was rare, I would be able to use it like every 2 minutes to heal myself for, I think, 40% of my health. Just as an extra item. There is an item that looks like a book that gives a 5-minute cooldown combat res that you can use at any time to bring someone back. But it has like a 5-minute cooldown. And you're choosing that over something else that might be more useful when your teammates are not dying. So most of the time, you probably don't want that unless you know that you need it. Like in season 2, I used like generally better, I would say better relics for my situation. And then I had randos die in runs and then failing the timer because of it too frequently. So I started bringing the res instead of the potion, actually, because I didn't need it. Was it a 6 minute? Let's see, how quick did we do that? We did it in 10 minutes. Oh, right, now we just have to queue. When you bring up the level tree thing, is that somewhere you fill every spot eventually? Is it choices? This is like a rewards track. If you progress in the game, you will eventually get everything. With the exception that this is for doing something on a specific role. But everything else is unlocked. This is by just playing. This is by climbing the ladder. This is choices. But you can always take back your decision. Was it a 6? I think it was a 5 minute, but it might be a 6 minute. The point is that it's a long one. You get like 1, maybe 2 combat reses in a dungeon. And that's, you know, assuming that you're...
Theoretically, you can get 4 in a single fight if all 4 members have the combat rest relic. But...
Should we do Silken Hollow?
Yeah, let's just look at... I have an AoE cleanse.
I think we'll manage just the same. I hope Naturel didn't go AFK now. Zab says the quote is "No plan survives first contact with the enemy," and it's from a Prussian military chief of staff from late 1800s. Mandalorian says, "What's the Holy Trinity pop-up just now? Can you play in an unrestricted group now?" Yes, and there are like modifiers that help to alleviate any weaknesses you might have. For instance, if you don't have a healer, then everyone gets lifesteal. If you don't have a tank, then the DP, like everyone takes less damage from unavoidable damage, and DPS will be able to like remove their threat by using their defensive cooldown. And if you have no DPS or less DPS, you get a damage boost. And it says the game is only dungeons, right? No big bosses or exploration zones. There is an exploration zone, but it's basically Tutorial Island. Most people don't really count it in that sense.
There has been some
There's talk about raids. And there is a new special pinnacle dungeon that we haven't seen yet because we are simply not progressed far enough to unlock it on our mains. Which is like a little bit more raid-y, like the timer isn't there and it's really hard with really complicated mechanics and everything. But there are no raids with like more than 4 players. So if you have a group of 3 friends, you can just game it out and you won't need anyone else.
I believe the quote I misremembered was also plans are worthless, planning is essential.
Yeah. That one's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, the questing zone is basically a place to just test your toolkit a little bit. Oh, we can probably move if... But this is going to be awkward because my pulling strategy for this...
Okay, it went through.
Yep.
I wonder why those guys are following you around the circle.
I think they were following me around because of the storm shield.
Well, it was already over.
Well, probably like they just started, so... Here comes the Heartstopper. A major mechanic of this dungeon are the Rotheart Recluses that have a mechanic where they will randomly place a debuff called Heartstopper on players that looks like a heart. If it times out, you take a stupid amount of damage. Tanks can live it. At pretty early difficulty levels, non-tanks straight up just die on the spot if it ticks out.
Contender version doesn't kill DPS.
And getting more stacks of it makes it so that it ticks faster. It doesn't do more damage, it just ticks faster. And the intended way to survive it, of course, is that all healers have a dispel. You know, Ishuna, think Ishuna from 14. Oh, well, okay, but if you're gonna come at us anyway, go on then. And... you're just supposed to maintain dispelling it as you go, so that they don't, like, overwhelm you. There's also a relic, you know, like the combat rest one we were talking about, that just instantly removes all debuffs on everyone. Which anyone can bring, so you can, like, help your healer if you need it.
I personally find it essential, even in contexts where it is arguably not the best.
Yeah, that is, like, when I was switching, like, I specifically was switching between that one and the res in Season 2.
Yeah.
Exactly because of how helpful it is.
It's like, there are, strictly speaking, straight up dungeons where the rest of the cleanse relic does nothing.
Yep. And then there are also pulls where like you start the pull and then you're like, did anyone bring the cleansey? No? Uh-oh. Kinda already pulled.
You stand before annihilation.
Destiny can wait.
There we go. That's the good quote.
Twilight shroud.
Did she say the feel this moment for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's not synced because you
Yeah.
said Destiny can wait for me. Speaking of the voice lines, and I'm sure you have noticed in the chat that sometimes the characters say stuff. There's a voice line for every character when you use your ultimate ability so that everyone can hear the announcement that, oh, Aeona just used her ult, if it wasn't obvious from the spell effect on its own.
There's
Bro,
roughly,
what? Why did that
Rude?
one not pull?
It didn't fucking vibe, I guess.
I've seen my
It is freeze this moment, that's correct. I was just referencing the meme that we have. I just wanna freeze this. Oh, here comes the big AoE.
Twilight.
Oof.
Ow.
Twilight watches over.
Both me and Kai heard that voice line and immediately just went to the song.
Yes.
So now it's every time.
Yep. If the ult didn't do much, it's because you got the bad voice line, obviously.
Yeah.
And if you got the good voice line and it didn't work, then there's probably something else that went wrong. Because you got the good voice line.
You also do more healing on Aeona if you listen to the song. Like,
Are you listening to it right now?
no.
Oh, well then, I guess we're in trouble.
Indeed. But I didn't do that.
Yumi says I don't
season two.
recognize this song. It's called Feel This Moment.
Twilight.
Oh boy, I'm gonna hate this boss. I sure hope this boss won't cause me to have to step out of my field of damage reduction and everything.
Yeah, that's really
That would be really, really bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah. This is foreshadowing.
I've seen my
Oh, look! And it's following me first. Fantastic. Fantastic. I hate it. I hate it. Take your dog away.
Okay, it's chasing me now. Oh, and it's back to
and
you.
it's back to me.
I hold time in my hand.
I just did that really badly. But... Oh well, actually it worked out.
Wow. Solar shielding for the tank buster is insanely effective.
I've seen my
Gaze upon a void between stars. Fall after me. My spirit
I believe every single cast of Call Children spawns another fun goop blob.
Something like
I
that.
wonder if it's actually an infinite amount of them.
That's a good question. A blue necklace. I think we gotta make that purple.
Yeah. Alright, time for Kai to roll the most important RNG roll
Of this season.
on the Sabian.
What did we get? We have... Not it. Let me just... Don't worry, it's... oh, I need to buy Legends Godstone. Dang it. The options were bad enough that I don't care.
Oof.
Anything could be better.
Oh no. Alright, now we go. Surging Chrono.
Come on! Come on! Yes! Oak! Oak is here.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, it came home. Oh, the stack is actually really nice for Sabian as well. Let's do that. Fantastic. Hey, Grim Gathering. We're somewhere in the middle of Adept, and I just got upgraded my necklace here to Epic. So now we're cooking with gas.
Can I come over to the training dummies? I saw something funny.
What? Oh, there's another Nox.
Yeah.
And it's also Aeona. That's weird.
Yeah. What a coincidence.
Shaq says Kai and his alt getting better loot lock than my main. Well, that can happen, but I think the trick is I'm just getting a lot of loot. Are you ready to go again?
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Ooh, Godfall Quarry.
Ooh.
We already did Stormwatch.
Ah, that's true.
And that Naturel that we picked up has just been on along for the ride.
Yeah.
Like, awesome. Insta Q. Sweet. Things reset in this game. Every season they reset the gear and everything that you got.
And the rewards track.
And the rewards track. But all cosmetics are yours to keep. It sounds a lot
Except
more
for one.
evil than
There's-
it is. But consider that every time a new raid tier starts in an MMO, you're kind of resetting anyway. Oops, I didn't actually mean to get the skitter shots with me there. I just wanted the enforcer. In this particular case, the reason why the gearing is a little weird is because they decided to, like, overhaul the gearing with this season. They tried something different, like more ARPG style. I think it's cool because it means that a lot more before, the only thing that mattered was the item level, pretty much. And whether there was or was not a gem in the gear.
Dang, it's actually ridiculous how much tankier you got after getting Oak.
Just free 35% more armor, and stack also gives me a movement speed and damage, movement speed boost and damage reduction whenever I click Solar Shield. It's just nice.
Oh, it's attached to the Solar Shield. That's actually
Hey, Jet.
significantly better than Dragon on Sabian specifically.
Yeah. Jet says, only item level matter? That sounds like a different MMO. Right?
My spirit holds.
It's a little exaggerated. But
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
it was close to being the only thing that mattered. A lot of the
Yeah.
time, an item with more item level was better than an item with the correct stats. Let's just say that. When you're maintaining that shining halo when it has 3 seconds left. 5! 5! 5! Maintain it!
Hold!
Hold! So the context there is that Shining Halo, the dance floor I put down, has like a fixed duration, but every time I use Brilliant Flare or the boosted versions of it, it adds 2 seconds. And because the GCD is 1.5 seconds, well, you can probably see how that plays out.
Hey, you got the pollen.
Yes.
But yeah, also I was about to talk about that earlier.
Sleep well,
Every
Mr.
single every single character does have a CC ability, and they are distinct from each other.
Sylvie technically doesn't have one.
Yeah.
The closest she has is that she can pick a talent that makes an ability she has slow enemies.
Yeah. Which is nice, actually.
But healers just have a somewhat weird relationship with things like crowd control.
Yeah. Vigor has the most direct one because he has a literal single target stun.
Yep. Which is by the way, Vigor's single target stun. Like he has like all this holy magic, and for some flavor, his ability tooltip has like a description of what they like mean, like why, and things like that. Like actually like flavor text. And then he also has an ability called Throw Book. His stun is that he just throws his book like a boomerang at the enemy, just like all this holy magic. That rhyme really didn't want to step in the circle.
Yeah.
And yeah, the timer has been moved to the capstone of Adept Mandalorian. I believe in Season 2, the timer didn't set in until, like, Champion? So they've kind of been, like, playing around with where do we put it.
Let's see. Guy has very little armor right now. Is he about to get smacked? No. Okay. That was kind of like Season 2 saving.
I feel like that because of the way, that the armor scales, I'm not particularly afraid of getting that many stacks of armor reduction, because when you have less armor, what remains is just proportionally more effective point for point.
Yeah.
And they didn't change the effect. I think we will do the skitterers over there. Ow! I think I can't see there's one of them that has the sight thingy, but I can't see it, even though you're there with it. That's really weird. Don't come in. I'm fighting to stay alive.
Yeah. Working on it. Well, it does feel a lot more balanced and fair this season. Season 2, you know, was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can endure.
Oh boy. Dispel me!
For my people.
Try holding a shield to help survive better. I'm using it on cooldown because I need it now, Ragnarok. Yeah. The reason why I need more healing is because the shield ran out.
So it's fine.
You're never gonna be a main tank without... Oh, you meant like a literal physical shield, but only Helena can use shields. Don't you see? I'm too busy holding this huge sword.
Actually playing pretty badly right now. I'm not utilizing my relics very well.
I can handle this.
Hmm.
Annihilation!
Ugh. The game ruined it? Oh. You know, we called it, I believe we called this Titan. I believe we called this Titan when we initially saw him as well. I never really looked at it. It never really occurred to me that his name is actually Godfall Titan. But I guess that makes sense. Nerillion! Welcome back.
It's another mana bomb. It is on that guy.
Born after me! My spirit holds. Twilight shrouds me.
Ooh, a higher item level cloak. Would have been cool if it gave me a weapon instead. Cat says you're never gonna be a main tank wearing a shirt.
Yeah, indeed, we've talked about this guy. In order to properly tank, you need to be shirtless. It just makes sense.
It just works.
Yeah. Overpriced open worlds.
Brilliant says, should I be concerned about that tank rule? Oh, you're probably fine.
Yes, he should be concerned because he's not following it.
Do we circle back for Uruk markets or do we continue some freeze?
One second.
Okay. Yeah, just the pro tip if you're gonna be playing through this game solo is it helps a lot to have a tank. It's like if you like the thing is when people are like the reason why there are not enough tanks in 14 is because the tanks are boring or something. I mean, it's like an epidemic. There are not enough tanks in WoW, there are not enough tanks in 14, there are not enough tanks in Fellowship, there are not enough tanks in anything because that sort of pseudo leader role you end up in, people don't want that. Ragnarkius says, do you think we'll get a new tank or new physical range reveal this month? Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know. Considering we technically have like marginally more information on the tank, it wouldn't surprise me if they went on and showed us that. but we don't know.
I think we could do the last 2 we need just to have it.
We need
That's
1,
racing.
2, and 2 3s.
Yeah,
So which one do we do?
let's do the 2.
Product markets 2.
Dang, is the reason the rhyme didn't leaves purely because this went AFK?
Rocky says in 14 I'm fine with tanking as it's straightforward in dungeons, but WoW dungeons scare me with tanking due to how hard it is and know where to go or how much to pull. Hope this one isn't as bad. The thing is, a very interesting result of players not wanting to tank is that tanks are exceedingly rare. So most groups, in my experience, will just put up with whatever you choose to do in dungeons as a tank. Like some players will get tired of it if you like just keep single pulling even in low stuff. But most players seem to like just go, well, I mean, it's you or nothing. Like, I either put up with the way you're tanking or I'm back in the queue, so do whatever you want. I'm in. Because there are barely any tanks, and there are plenty of healers, and there are plenty of DPS. So, because you chose to be the garbage man, essentially, you get to choose how the garbage is handled. And people generally just let you have it. But there are definitely players that will get annoyed and voice their frustration if you're doing it in a way they don't like. But most of them will, mention it and then, just harumph, deal with it. Because the alternative is not to play.
There is,
but
of course, the benefit of, as we can see right now, the blue pillars.
Yeah.
Which was also added because there was too few tanks.
Yeah, this is essentially added to help tanks, have some training wheels. The blue light is showing, pull these! And the blue light gives you a haste buff. So, generally speaking, even if there is a better path through the dungeon, most of the time, it has to be exceptionally good to justify going that different path when guidance is in effect. So players that might have a preference for a different path, again, will be incentivized to just let you do it if you're following the guidance and just following the guidance and nothing else. Again, because as long as you're following it, that's pretty decent. The only thing that the blue light can't tell you is how many of these things should you pull at once? There's no indicator saying pull these together or something like that. That part you have to figure out on your own. There's also some cases of techniques that you might need to figure out. Like in this dungeon, one of the modifiers we're dealing with is stone skin, which means that all of the enemies are a lot tankier, but when an enemy dies, it pops for AoE damage based on its max health, dealing damage to all the other enemies specifically. So in such a dungeon, I'm not doing it right now, but in such a dungeon, you would benefit from chain pulling, which you may have heard in some of my videos talk about chain pulling, which is a concept where as the pull is finishing off, you grab more to keep it going. But you may need a little bit more clear knowledge of the dungeon to do that safely.
There's also a lot of DPS players, or a lot of healers that do not enjoy chain pulling, because there is, surprisingly enough, even in 14, there is actually a benefit to stop and go. It's minor, but there is a slight benefit to be able to reorient your abilities.
Yeah. Which also means that as a tank, if you start chain pulling, you have to have pretty solid team knowledge. Like, what party members do you have? How inconvenient is it for this team comp? That, like, how easily can they drag along with me? And things like that. Yeah.
There's also, of course, general rules for assumptions.
Yes.
But, I mean, at that point, we're getting too detailed and too into it.
Yeah. Point is that the reason why I'm saying chain pulling can be smart, and with this modifier, and then you're watching me actively not do it, is that chain pulling can often be more dangerous or scary or confusing, and we're not on a timer. So I'm not gonna bother.
In this specific team comp, I would actually avoid against it, especially in this dungeon as well. Because this dungeon has a very specific length between its pulse.
Yeah. Here comes the big one.
Yeah. This dungeon has a very large gap between packs usually, which means that chain pulling becomes exceedingly awkward.
Although I will say, I learned that chain pulling can, like, I realized just how effective chain pulling can be in its modifier, specifically because I had a Helena pull this dungeon as a, like, one big chain pull. And the speedrun method of this dungeon that I've seen Leknock do is, like, you know that platform over there where, like, over with the camp? Like we were at a little bit ago? With the desecrators at the edge?
Yeah.
Like, they pull over there, and then, like, Leknock just runs around and, like, snipes individual mobs to drag over to the cartoon smoke cloud battle that is happening. And just do that for, like, a solid 2 or 3 minutes. Like, just bring more and more and more to the pile.
More and more dudes.
Yeah. See, Ilana says, I voiced again a tank yesterday. They were doing the WoW style of going on foot for the next pack when mobs were low on health, except it was a dungeon where we had to gather orbs. I had to stay back, gather everything on foot and catch up still on foot. What you can do in those cases is, if you're the healer, especially, if the tank is fine, so you don't have to worry too much, your filler rotation is usually either your Sylvie, in which case your filler rotation is less important, or your Vigor, in which case you're, like, you can do stuff while you're repositioning. You can also do that as Sylvie, but to a lesser extent. And if you're Iona, you also have bursts of being able to move around while attacking. You were Gunde. Ugh. Yeah, in that case, you should have just had Russ do it.
Bear witness to winter's wrath.
Vortex in 10. Vortex now. Boss mechanics, everybody. You straight up die if you don't do exactly that.
Which was fun to figure out.
Yeah. Hey Sally, hope you're doing well. How goes dungeon spam? It goes pretty well, actually.
I don't know. This healer player seems pretty wet.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second, I recognize that.
Oh. Hey, a weapon! Not the one I wanted, but a weapon.
Morning.
We take those.
That is a
Orb.
boring one. That's the one where you actually have to channel it, right?
The tank was not amazing. That makes the chain pulling a bigger issue, yeah. Man, I got gloves from the rewards track that I don't need. Although that seal of the Heskia set bonus sounds pretty enticing.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll be fine. I heard that they also played with some random idiot playing Savian.
Ooh, let's see here. Oh.
Dude, that cute. That top is pretty cute, actually.
Go over there. There. There, I guess. That. That. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. That's a pretty solid set. Kindling, Iron Spikes, Vengeful Soul, King of the Hill, Emerald Judgment. There we go, and then we go. Oh, I can't jump right now. And go here. Switch the gems, so we have First Strike for the Emerald Judgment. Very nice. And then Everdawn Grove.
Sounds good to me. I'm very red now.
Nice. Cat says your healer has the Swedish debuff, but the game has the Swedish debuff.
Oh man, does it stack?
Now that's a good question. I finally have all of my buttons.
Hell yeah. If only you had all of your talents.
One day.
Indeed.
I radiate damage now.
Amazing.
Feel the burn. Move away, Skitter Shots. I don't want you.
My spirit.
Damn. Those poor Skating Sharks, they just wanted to feel included.
No. Screw those guys. Oh. Oh boy. Yeah. They really want to feel included. What? They just suddenly appeared on the corner of my screen like, are you guys fighting over there?
Alright guys, can we join the massive fight too?
No.
Oh.
You don't have the blue glow of guidance. You're gone.
Oh man. Come on, Breakneck. Torbeck has never asked you for anything.
Uh-oh. I'm going over here.
I can
If you just ignore them, they can't
that
see
Ilarion just used grab arrow at the same moment I used my yoink?
Possible?
Pretty funny.
Actually,
I
find I really enjoy clips of Legend of Eventress. I can't actually watch their actual VODs.
Oh. You know what's really epic? It turns out that my highest damage on these AoE pulls is Aura of Solace. I'm just here with my emulation aura here, guys. It just works.
Like, as funny as the clips are of Legend of Eventress, I just find it too frustrating when all they do is just do a bit instead of progressing the plot they've been setting up.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the funniest bits they have is Legends of what is it? Once Upon a Witchlight. we didn't get very far.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
My spirit holds.
My
May the light protect us all. Gaze upon each.
And also Tresrillian says it's a lot more common in actual like pen and paper roleplay like that than you'd think.
I mean, I know that.
And then like I
Like,
agree.
The amount of times
I have done
you
some.
sit down to do to do some D&D with some friends, and it turns out 80% of the session was just you talking shit.
Pretty
It's
much.
just
May the light.
What
like,
was
whoa.
that?
I have
That
no
well,
idea.
that was the strongest high wind arrow ever fired. What
Yeah,
in
Jesus
the world was
Christ.
that?
That was one
He was
hell
ready.
Of a, that was one hell of a proc. Jesus.
And the high wind arrow is an ability that Ilarion has that is like it's like a chain bouncing arrow, but there's like a talent you can take that makes that every fourth one does way more damage and bounce way more times. And then there's also a talent you can pick that makes it so that high wind arrow just sometimes randomly do way more damage. And when those two things align,
We're also reaching the point of where builds start coming together with
Yes.
really big synergies. So, which is usually the first time a lot of characters start really,
really
popping
pop
off
off,
in
yeah.
in AoE, especially. The
I
single
think we can
target
do
takes quite a
this.
bit longer. Still,
but this is gonna be a little bit extremely scary, I think.
You stand before annihilation.
Breathe this moment.
That was an epic combo. Me just like pausing my health bar with Zeroliths, and then the moment it ended, freeze this moment. You thought it was finally your turn to do damage to me. No, nope. Actually not.
was it Ham that was talking about Skybolt?
He was very mad that I had Skybolt on Sylvie and he didn't. Because Skybolt
okay.
is like, it's maybe not the strongest for throughput and such, but it covers a particular weakness that is really felt on Sylvie. Because it means that you have like a snap healing, like spot healing option that doesn't take your flutterflies off someone.
That's true. I'm kind of enjoying it on Iona. It's nice there on her too, for the same reason.
Yeah. I also felt when I switched off it to have the Nature's Fury yesterday, because it was way higher item, I was like, oh, that's a little scary. And there were pulls that got scarier exactly because I didn't have Skybolt. But it was ultimately better.
Yeah.
Gazes upon you.
You witnessed it. See, it's the multi-dog! It's the mount! Interlopers!
I can endure.
Time is over. Die.
Spirit holds.
The sun dies screaming! I don't know what that means. But it sounds cool.
Your time is over.
Purple chess piece.
Ooh, I got a green one.
Duality of chest.
Yeah. And your rewards. Here's yours. We sprinkled gold dust on it for your enjoyment. Ah, that's awesome, man. What do I get? This hamburger, I guess. Oh.
And for you, Aona, this perfectly, flawlessly crafted dress. And for you, Savian,
Here's a trash
I
bag.
found this rag. It's in the corner there. Just take it.
Yeah, just do whatever you want. I'm sure it fits your style or whatever. Cat with a hamburger? Sweet, I was hungry.
Also, all relics have a nickname. It's what is it? It's book, dice, burger, orb.
I think the obsidian sigil is coin or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We're looking over the dungeon codex here. We have a chalice, we have a potion, burger, portal, chicken, book, orb, coin, and dispel.
Yeah.
One of them, and that's also dice. For some reason, one of them has its function. Are we ready again?
Yeah. Which, to be fair, chicken is technically also its function.
Yes. But the icon is also chicken. Ransack?
Yeah, sure.
Ransack! Now, everybody, we have a timer.
Which we've really struggled with lately. We haven't dumpstered it at all several times.
You see the timer there.
29 minutes is very generous for Ransack, to be honest.
Yeah. But it is fair as the first one.
Oh yeah. I think the most unfair one, I would argue, is...
My spirit
Going start like this. I feel like every time we do this dungeon, the first pull gets a little too generous. And then we have like an army of pillagers that just completely murder the tank.
Yeah.
See, there it is! If I had pulled 2 more packs and then this wolf pack would have joined, that would have sucked. I will probably yoink the wolf when like in the last moment.
Villagers feels like it's just supposed to be a filler mob, but then every now and then they get like 6 stacks and then they're suddenly like, oh my god!
It's the perfect example of, oh, you thought I was a filler mob.
Guess you should have focused me.
Yep.
Now, that's it. It does also take quite a while before...
Oh, that hurt a lot. Sorry about that. It's gonna be a couple seconds. Says, I know people who fail the timer, notably that tank too generous on big pulls. Well, that's the thing you learn. Last night, we failed a Wraith Tide vault because we pulled too big. And then on the run back, we pulled a little bit more generously, and rather a little bit less generously, and I think we beat it with like 4 minutes to spare. It's like it was like we could totally do it. We were just being idiots.
Us being idiots? Never. We are the most consistent and intelligent people that would definitely never overpull randomly for no reason.
So this mini boss here has a mechanic where not moving builds a stacking debuff. You can see it on Rhyme here killing them because they're not moving.
Frostwall, shield.
They apparently did not get the message. They're too lost in the sauce.
Now that they're dead, can I have the heals?
Yes. Oh well, at least they said they're sorry.
Yep. Every MMO player jumps constantly. It's very easy to not move if you're a caster.
My spirit holds.
I hold time in my hand.
Also, as most people will tell you, I do not trust a single MMO netcode to register a jump.
By
on
the
every
way, there's a
single
debuff
friendly.
building on me that can also use a dispel every now and then.
I know.
Okay, sometimes it times out on its own. It's just sometimes it goes crazy.
I know. I did
Sorry.
in fact heal this last season.
Yeah. But last season it might not have mattered. Ow, 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 ow.
It did very much matter last season as well.
Fair enough. Fine. Next time I'll just address it to the chat so they know.
I've seen my
Bye.
Because you obviously know. Oh, I'm gonna die.
I disagree.
There's a lot of... Oh, I have an ult now. Awesome. Oh boy, invulnerability. Very nice.
I don't know what it is with this pack specifically, but after a while it just starts hitting like a truck.
Yeah. Hey Lex, hope you're doing well. This Evercold update looks weird. Yeah, they really changed the look of the game, didn't they? I'll do the other mini-boss. It's a pretty convenient way to introduce the mechanics of the first boss.
I fight.
Yeah.
my victory.
Because this boss has a mechanic that is, don't move. If you move, you build a stacking debuff. And then it also puts down those fields that then force you to move. And the main boss in this little area, main mechanic, is that he switches between two modes.
I can handle this.
One where you have to stand still and one where you have to move a lot. And then he puts down those fields. And he has a tank buster. And I think the ice guy we fought has the tank buster.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think we could... Oh, there's a pack on the left, as is tradition. Oh, they're coming now.
I can handle this.
I completely missed that he tank busted me.
Frost, shield me. Tremble before my wrath. I've seen
Feels weird to see someone.
Oh, I did that wrong. To see someone?
To see someone play Rhyme so statically in her ultimate. Every day I pray this Rhyme moves.
I must stay strong.
Statically? What do you mean by that, Nox?
Hmm?
Cobalt asked, what do you mean by statically?
They're standing still when bursting.
Oh, right. They instant cast and then they're just standing there.
Yeah. Which makes sense if you aren't sure what to do. Like if you have to think with the burst. But I usually frequently move anyway.
Yeah, it's like me when I have a triple cast rolling on Black Mage. I just jump around because it's funny.
Yeah. Well, at least they're doing damage while standing still.
I have 5 seconds on my Halo.
My spirit holds.
your time.
Not everyone is hyperactive, true, but
That does actually bring up an interesting fact that apparently one of the techs for Fire Mage in WoW is that while you're in like the burst phase,
oh
you
yeah,
jump.
you keep moving so that if you click like for instance Pyroblast, but there wasn't actually a proc making it instant, by moving it prevents you from like starting the cast for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just run on the spot and click Pyroblast, and then a different thing if Pyroblast doesn't fire. That's correct.
Yeah.
Little bit of
I
tech.
never did it because I was never a very good fire mage, but I did
No.
see a lot of people do it.
I've seen it too. The Fire Mage dance.
Yeah.
18 leave. Hope you're doing well. And the 120 streak. Wow.
Nice. This is probably going to be one of the hardest pulls once you get to Eternal.
Oh, I should have saved my yoink for that. The double invigorate.
Yeah. It's like, it's innocuous, but it's so bad if both of them get one off.
Yeah. And then there's also the Reaver with a spell you don't want to go off either.
Yeah.
Bro!
Yeah, and that. Imagine
I
that
tried
happening to
interrupt
the
one of
Reaver.
them. Yeah. I tried to interrupt them, then go through. I guess it was an inch too far away.
Yeah.
The full health reset.
Yeah. I've seen that happen to the Reaver, and it's actually a nightmare. Like, their hint gets reset, they get a frostbitten strength off, and the tank is just dead.
Yeah.
Destiny can wait.
Time for a little razzle dazzle.
brings up my opinion that a lot of pulls that people don't expect certain pulls to be really hard because they are kind of whatever at lower difficulties.
Yeah, and then suddenly the scaling makes it. Oh, that mob you thought was kind of Lamau easy, and then it just smacks you across the face with. Oh, but when my damage scaling is just right, then I'm not fun.
I can handle this.
This glacial glare, which is a new mob for this season, is not going to be fun in Eternal.
The funny thing is that that has that huge glacial slam move.
Yeah.
But the Arctic whale, that's the danger. That's what really sucks. All those tornadoes.
Yeah. It's like, it has the obvious move where it's like, oh man, that's gonna, you have to interrupt that. And it's like, yeah, but that's not actually the biggest problem.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that it makes the ground impossible to walk around on. Every now and then badly. Speaking of being a pain to walk around, that we can see the next boss.
Yep. A funny thing, the boss is not a huge water elemental. There's a dude inside it.
Yep. The boss is the actual dude inside the yank water elemental. Though considering the implications of the game, it is possible that he is dead and resurrected.
He's very
Considering
likely
his
dead.
name.
Yeah, we'll get there in a moment. My dance floor ran out and suddenly damage came pouring in. I have imposing presence, so it does matter a lot.
Yeah.
With imposing presence being a talent, I forgot to interrupt it. Oh well, it's just that guy left. Being a talent that makes my dance floor make enemies swing slower. And it turns out attack speed slows are insanely effective in this game.
Yep.
And work on bosses. See? Chilgar the Drowned.
Fight in the sunlight.
Tremble before my wrath.
Glacial Slam was the tank boss, I believe.
Yeah.
Protect me.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I have Solar Shield when it comes. But there's no reason for me to hold it when I can see the timer on it is longer than the cooldown.
Yeah.
Time is over. Your time.
I must stay strong.
Oh boy. I'm standing in a lot of stuff right now. I'm trying to get out. Oh, I should not have used Solar Shield there. The next boss just gonna hurt. Never mind, he's dead. That was pretty solid. I think we're just gonna do these guys. I feel like that pole coming up tends to get scary.
Yeah.
Tank privilege, standard everything. I feel like I was taking a ton of damage whenever I got hit by stuff. There's also all the shoving and slowing down.
I feel like that it feels like the boss does a lot more damage than it actually does.
Probably.
Because of the loud, really loud sound effect. It
Yeah,
does
like the ice cracking sound.
yeah.
Yeah. I have to stop the annihilations. Higher priority than hunt prey, I think. Turns out the annihilations, while they're just like a really, really, really big frostbolt, oh man, they hurt.
Ow.
I think that was one just now that went through. With
And this one that
Adeos
got
almost
through.
died.
Yeah. One went through, and I got stunned at the same time.
And my interrupt is locked up on the Ice Bite Reaver.
Yeah.
I have a yoink in like 12 seconds. The best I can. Now I'll be able to stop something again.
Destiny can wait.
That is not the boss.
That
I
is an
wanted to click.
awkward time to ult.
Yeah, that was a fat finger. Oh well.
Just leave this guy alone, I think. I think we're fine.
Can endure.
Axe?
Axe.
Axe.
I can handle this.
It's
Feather?
the feather.
Fall after me! Burn, baby, burn!
My victory.
Flames, protect.
Oh, I just remembered we're missing the pack from earlier, so we need to go up and get those guys, I think. Possibly more.
My spirit whole.
Do you think we have the gumption to grab the pack with the boss? Or do we do the boss first? The pack
I
first?
think do the boss first.
Yep.
I can endure.
Sad Sabian noises. Have to walk out of it.
I'll survive.
Bruh.
Your time is over.
chance move.
I've seen my witness my wrath.
Oh, under the boss.
Die wrong.
May the light protect us all.
I feel like you got forgotten a little bit there.
Yeah.
I've seen my victory.
Thanks.
Feather.
Let's go there.
It was not Feather.
Yeah.
I must stay strong.
What's wrong?
Either it was not Feather or it died from Voidbringer's touch or something.
Yeah.
Because it just popped, just disappeared from in front of my face with 30% left.
Could be Voidbringers, but I don't know if either of them have it.
No time to check.
Yeah.
The Rhyme has it.
I must stay strong.
But
Aye.
Fish. Aye.
Ah, 1 second late.
Your time is over.
Lana says it was in fact Feather. Thank you for going back and checking.
For them.
Wait, so you were wrong or right? I no longer remember. It happened too long ago in the ancient past.
More than 10 seconds have passed. We no longer care.
Yeah.
Next time.
I can handle this.
Ham says, as far as I could see, the Rhyme was also not hitting the Feather. Well,
Seen my
Pull after me. I can handle this.
I've seen my victory.
oh man, we only needed one. And I was attacking the healthiest one to get them to go down together. Now thanks, uncommon loot. At least it's items that I don't have, so mega upgrades, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I do think... Not 100% sure, let me just double check on that. I do think the Rhyme might have a rough time going into Champion. Ragnarok, he says, is loot all personal, can trade to others in party? It is all personal, which is also further underlined by the fact that the chest piece I got is a Xavian chest piece, with a special name for the Xavian version of the chest piece.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have, it wouldn't have worked any other way.
Technically, if we want to go by armor types, Savians and Helenas should be able to trade between each others, because they're both plate users.
I believe Vigor, the priest, is also plate user.
Yes. if
But
you
yeah,
want to
by
go by
that
WoW
logic,
logic, it wouldn't work because Vigor is int instead of strength.
Yeah, it's true. I want to try Gleaming Strikes. I do think it might be an optimal move on our end to get a new group from this point.
Yeah.
I think it's also... Actually, never mind. I just realized it's like just about 8.
Oh yeah, it is just about 8. It's already been 3 hours, bro. Oh, how time flies.
Yeah. Noxia says, can you trade items into your other characters? It's strictly character locked, so need to do all armor leveling separately. It is separate. You cannot trade anything between characters. Only the things that can transfer are things that are universal to your account. The currencies tab is account-wide. The gems tab is personal to the specific character. And the gear is personal. You have a stash to like store more loot in, but this is also personal, which does mean that I'm pretty sure with all of this, Fellowship has more loot, like has more item slots per account than Final Fantasy XIV. Which requires a lot, to be fair. That's actually insane. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 8 times 7 plus... Plus 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 475 item slots. I think it's close. Final Fantasy XIV probably has more if you count the full armory chest.
Also
but then you have 12 characters that each have that amount of space in Fellowship.
Also important note, the reward track is also character locked, except for the very bottom right of it.
Yeah, but that is technically specified that it says complete it on any hero and things like that.
Yeah.
Fulfill all of that with glamour within the week. Unfortunately,
there technically isn't any glamour.
The glamour in Fellowship is that you unlock outfits and then you can mix and match them as you please. That might sound like a feature that you Why is it so dark? That's weird. Oh, the light didn't turn on. And then you can mix and match it as you please. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we made it to champion. And
Which
we
is
did it.
Actually kind of what we expected.
The only dungeon we never got to do on the path to victory was Scrya's Peak.
Yeah.
Which is one of the new ones. And I never got a functional relic. Nice. Cool. And I didn't even get the good talents. We need 3 more dungeons for me to get everything. We're simply too powerful and too fast. And too furious.
We're simply too built different.
Yeah. And a huge contributing factor is that if your DPS players are kind of mid, but your tank and your healer are strong, at the lower levels at least, you can often compensate by just pulling bigger. If your healer and your tank can take it, then they can make up the difference. And in Adept, it doesn't even matter that your team is slow. As long as you can keep going and keep going, then there's no timer. You just keep pushing. But it's also worth mentioning that there's no need to hurry as much as we did. It's a little difficult. If you're not a full pre-made, you might not have the control when Heart of Society is offered. You might not have the voting power to force something else if you don't feel ready. And the fact that Heart of Society does not have a timer on it means that, and I'm speaking from experience here, being able to beat it as your first dungeon is technically a skill issue. There's nothing, like, I know there's a little bit of, like, almost, like, directly negative connotations to the skill issue, right? But technically, something being a skill issue just means, yeah, you're not good enough to do that, and that's okay. You need to get better. In Season 1, players that had done, like, multiple beta tests before, like, it came to early access, were so good that they did the contender capstone, which at the time was Sithral's Fall, which is over here now, and arguably is considered possibly the hardest capstone dungeon. They did that in basically this. Just straight up open the game, pick your character, go in there in a full pre-made and just smash it out, no problem. And I don't think they stayed in Adept for very long either. Just smash out the capstone onto the next one. And at that time, even the contender capstone had a timer. So it wasn't because they had infinite time. And our first run of Sithral's Fall took like 45 minutes, I think, if not a full hour.
Yeah.
Because one of the bosses just is that hard.
There is a fun aspect of that when they released the statistic.
Hey, J-Bot!
The very
Hope you're doing
first
well.
boss of Sithral's Fall had like a sixth as many kills as the second.
Oh,
it was.
Yeah, it
was
was.
like the third.
So technically, Sithral's Fall, so a bit like Ransack of Drakheim, it's just the dungeon we just did. Technically, there are paths through the dungeon so that you can go at the bosses in whichever order you want, for the most part. But it's usually structured in such a way that either there is a specific boss that is so front and center that obviously you're going to do that one, which is the case for Ransack of Drakheim, and Heart of Society straight up has the first boss block the entrance to the rest of the dungeon. Heart of Society is pretty, like, linear, because, like, technically you can go and do the third boss second, I think, but you have to walk past the second boss to do that. But Ransack of Drakheim has, like, a split path where you can go left or right, so you can choose to do the second, the ice boss second, or the totem boss second, and then you do the other one third. Sithral's Fall is there are two bosses that are like left and right, and then the last boss is like the paths like meet, and then that's the last boss, and that is, by the way, that is Sithral is the last boss. That's why it's called Sithral's Fall. But the golem boss, which is often done second, but you might do it first. We did it first on our first run. Is so hard. Because he has mechanics that are just not very obvious. Ilana says you can now because the demon crosses the wall. But we couldn't in Season 1, I think. No, Ilana, in Season 1, the demon wasn't there. The wall just disappeared after a certain amount of seconds. That was a little bit of like, you might have had to pay really close attention. Notice that when we walked into the room. When we walked into the room for the second boss, there was a huge demon just standing there, and by the time we were about ready to fight, he just dashed off into, like, smashed into a wall. Good luck, Zeph! And disappeared. In Season 1, he wasn't there, so when you entered the room, after a certain amount of seconds, the wall that, like, blocked off the path past the second boss just disappeared. But you circumvented that by entering the room quickly. You typically do this by the pack on the staircase that we fought. You pull it down the staircase because the demon appears or starts moving when you enter.
Riptide also has the case where which boss is the final one depends. You can either Riptide Vault.
That's correct. With Wraithtide, they're set up so that there are two paths, like you can go left right round or right round. You could technically also go on a completely weird path to go 1, 3, 2. you can also actually sneak through the second boss's room to pass it, to get to the to get past to the other stuff on the other side if you want. It's rare, but it does mean that the bosses either go 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1. But it is funny because there's a specific boss that is the captain of the pirate crew. That is the first or the last boss, depending on which path you go.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so, J-Bot? Is Grim Gathering starting soon?
No.
Um,
Yes, we could hang out and then raid into them.
if they're starting in a moment, then we could do that. He's probably
Yeah.
he's possibly going to play. He could play Fellowship as well, but I think he played something else yesterday. I don't know. But he did suggest he was going to play Fellowship. Ragnarok, he says, I was originally hesitant due to quitting WoW due to Mythic Plus toxicity, but this game looks like a more chill experience to get into, at least at the lower levels. As we talked about earlier, there will be toxic players, but the best you can do is try and find the cool people. It's pretty funny, because some of the best players are super chill. They might be a little weird sometimes, or they might be a little strange about it, but they're super chill. Like, some of them will just, like, near the end of a season, I think they've done it in both season 1 and 2, they just hang out, and if someone, like, wants to get that 10k achievement, which is the second to last one this season, because there's an even bigger one now, they'll join up and help a new player do that. Just because. They don't really gain anything from it. It's just they want to play the game so badly. And that means that they have people to play with and a purpose. Crab Galaxy says, I had a group today that did the pirate captain first, knowing it would be hard because the other DPS had low gear, and then get mad and rage quit that it took too long to kill them. The problem with doing the captain first is that at champion you still have Pathfinder's guidance, and the Pathfinder's guidance says do the cannon guy first, the anchor guy, and by going the other way you're losing haste that would help you. Extra stats left on the table. Like, in Season 2, and I think also some part of Season 1, we, and when I say we, I mean Nox and I's party, eventually learned that going Anchor Boss first sucked so badly that we preferred to go Captain first. But it kinda helped that I believe in Season 2... No, wait a minute. No, I believe Anchor Guy was still recommended by Pathfinder's guidance, but when we hit Eternal, we just go Captain. Something like that.
Yeah,
Not 100%
like
sure.
the second guidance was gone. We just decided that... No, I think we did like 2 or 3 attempts of
Continuing
Rain
the
Tide.
yeah.
Yeah, of doing right path, even in Eternal, and we just went like, this sucks, straight up.
There was a pack that just sucked so badly to deal with that we decided, no, actually, we don't want to do that.
Yeah. And according to
exactly,
most people that tried it, that we also told about it, also went like, yeah, no, that path is way better.
Yeah, exactly.
Destiny
And yeah, just for anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, the dungeons that we missed, just to give a little bit of a taste here, Scrya's Peak is one of the new ones. It has the same faction, because as you may have noticed, some of the dungeons had like recurring factions. Wormheart is elves.
The Eldrin specifically?
Yes. Stormwatch, Uruk Markets, Everdawn Grove, some parts of Silken Hollow are
Protect us all.
the Goatmen
Orcs.
and Orcs, which are like friendly with each other. Godfall Quarry is also the elves.
Yeah.
And Empyrean Saints and Sailor's Abyss are undead. And then Scrya's Peak and Ruins of Regeth are the Heskia, which current season is called Rise of the Heskir, because they're new. And then we have Heart of Sasari is orcs. Ransack of Drakheim is more orcs, but I believe they're attacking... elves and humans are being attacked. Wraithtide Vault is undeads and has like pirate theme, beach. And Sithral's Fall is more elves.
Yeah.
So when you do a specific like faction dungeon, you can kind of expect specific enemies. For instance, the Desecrator, which is like a goatman archer, and does like swirlies you have to dodge, featured in Uruk Markets, Everdawn and Everdawn Grove. There's also a Hellcaller, which does like also swirlies, but in a different way, and he also has a heal. I think he also gets like a big smacker attack on higher difficulties. He's in Uruk Markets, and he's in Heart of Tasari. And the Ashen Arsonist doing the Flame Blast are in Heart of Tasari and Ransack of Drakheim. Like, there's a lot of overlap here.
There's a lot of overlap. There's also the fact that, so the second boss of Heart of Tasari spawns the plants. The plants work differently. It's the exact same mob, but if it's in an undead dungeon, it will drop puddles when it dies. And if it's in the orc dungeons, it does a damage reflect instead.
Yeah. Hey, Vardy-chan. Well, it seems like some of the elves are good and some of them are bad, Ragnarokia.
Yeah. We know that at least the Eldrin faction, which is dragon worshippers, it seems, are bad.
Some of them. As I said, Ransack of Drakheim turns out that the establishment that is Drakheim is Eldrin and human.
Yeah. So it could just be that the Eldrin is the name of the elves?
Probably.
Mm.
Well, good thing you got something to eat, Vardy-chan. It doesn't look like Grim Gathering is saddling up, at least. Let's see. Are we in the mood for some more fellowship, or do we go back to the tried and true?
No.
Could probably gank some of the some of the big gamer fellowship. I see Wannabe is streaming. Let me see if I can find Wannabe so y'all know who I'm talking about.
Your time is over.
I think Wannabe is a healer main. There. Top 51. Sylvie. Although it doesn't look like that's what they're doing right now, or it's poking out. Because I see an image that looks like 3 Helenas? And 1 Adeos? Yeah, how about we do that? But yeah, Nox and I are done with the Xavier and Aeona prog for tonight. So, on that note, you see here, if you would like to be part of the Discord community server, there's a link right there in the chat. There you'll find the weekly schedule where you can see what else is coming up in the coming days. I usually update it Sunday and Monday. You'll also find the announcement room with links to videos and streams when I put them out. And if you grab the reminder roll in the roll assignment room, you get a notification whenever I do that. So it's the next run around 15 minutes before stream starts. You can catch it right when we go live. Also, if you check the organized LFG room, there is actually a fellowship kind of thread to coordinate with. So if you're having trouble finding people to game with, you could start there. And if you'd like to support the channel more directly, you can like over on the YouTube side of things. You can follow, you can subscribe, you can become a member, you can super chat, you can cheer, you can all of that goodness. If you don't like any of that, there is also this Ko-Fi link right there in the chat. It all helps support me in the channel directly, so I can do stuff like this with all of you without having to worry about algorithms and whatnot. But let me just check one last time before we get in there. I think we'll check out Wannabe. Yeah, let's do that. So on that note, good night, good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where in the world, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye!